This viral foundation is supposed to be one of the best foundation sticks on the market. It is a brand new launch from Dior. This is their Forever Skin Perfect, their stick. You can use this as a concealer, as a foundation, but what they claim this stick foundation to be, heat, and I believe like humidity resistant, and it's supposed to be long wearing. But the way it looks on your skin, the way it applies, and the way it sits on your skin is supposed to be perfection. Let's get into it because we're doing a full day wear test to see how it wears on my combination skin. Skin is prepped. I will not be using a primer with this just because I don't always wear a primer. I picked up 2 shades because a lot of the times with newer launches, sometimes the shades, they can vary. Even if I already used that foundation or a foundation from that brand before, and I'll try to pick a similar shade, sometimes it's off. So I picked up 2 shades. We have 1N Neutral and 2CR Cool Rosy. It does have fragrance. I'm smelling it right away, even when I just open up the box. We'll see if it lingers throughout the day. You can use any method for application, your fingertips, a brush, or a beauty blender, a sponge. Let's go with 1N. This looks already a little warm. Yep. And then we have 2CR. Oh, both shades are not great. I think if anything, I'm not even gonna touch 2CR because it's way too, it's almost pulling orange. We're gonna have to use 1N. A lot of those shades that I wanted were completely sold out in my local Sephora and online. So I found whatever shade looked closest, and these were the closest ones. Wow, okay. Very, very soft. I'm gonna first use my fingertips to warm up this product. Wow, look at that. I thought it was gonna have a little bit more of a slippy texture, but it really doesn't. It's extremely lightweight, and it's also, the finish is supposed to have a blurring finish, which I like in a foundation stick. I mean, I feel like you don't even have to use a brush to blend this in. It's just so easy. I think it's supposed to be buildable coverage as well, but I am gonna use a brush just to make sure we even that out. Buff it in, blur it in, using my Smashbox blurring foundation brush. It's extremely pretty on the skin. Very, very lightweight. Blends in like butter, but not in a way where it disappears and very slippy and oily texture. No, it almost feels like it sets to a powder. It's not tacky. I'm just shocked at how good this looks on my skin. Okay, I got a good light coverage. I'm sure we can build that up, but I really want to show you guys in like really close up the texture of my skin because it looks beautiful, stunning. I have one thing to complain, and it's the shade. The more I look at it, the more it's oxidizing, and it's looking a little more yellow than neutral. Like I said, I wish there was a little bit more cool tones in this neutral shade, but we're gonna have to make it work. All right, let's do the rest of my makeup. For my bronzer contour, I'm going to use a Too Faced. What is that? I think the Sculpting and Bronzing Stick in Chocolate Mousse. And then we'll do concealer and blush, or blush and then concealer. For blush, Huda Beauty, the Blush Liquid Filter Blush in shade Cotton Candy. These smell so good. Mixture of Starburst and a little bit of Jolly Rancher. This shade gives me like baby cheeks. Concealer, Natasha Denona High Glam. Lip liner, Too Faced Lip Injection Plumping Lip Liner in Puffy Nude. I'm gonna take a little bit of Cotton Candy, liquid blush, put it in the center of my lips and just blend it out with my finger. And for my mascara, I used the Judy Doll, the Curling Iron Mascara. This is the one with the steel wand for your applicator and has a little bit of a bend. I really, really, really like this one. If you have stubborn lashes, this mascara is really good for curling and lifting. All right, let's go on with the day, see how the makeup is wearing the new Dior Forever Skin Perfect Stick Foundation. I'm so excited because I'm obsessed with my complexion. I'll see you in a little bit. The skin is skinning. So pretty. We are a little over 2 hours and this is what the face looks like. I like the natural texture of my skin, but it's softened. There's a little bit of blur in the T-zone, but I don't feel heavy. I don't feel oily, and the foundation doesn't feel like I can touch it, but it doesn't feel like it's slipping and sliding on my skin, which a lot of the times with stick foundations, I like the convenience factor, but the formula tends to slip and slide on my skin type. But again, combination skin, I think we're looking good. I am gonna touch up my forehead because I'm looking a little glowy for the 2-hour mark, but I was glowy a little bit when I was applying this. I'm just using my Catrice, the All Matte Shine Control Powder, again, just on the forehead, just to chill it out. And I'm not going heavy. I'll see if I need to touch up around my, actually, you know what? I am gonna go around my nose, but I just want to show you that the foundation, it's not settling. There is a little bit of foundation around the nose, but it's not settling and it's not cracking and it's not breaking apart. So it is looking good in my opinion. I think it looks good. Just whatever is left on this puff. This is the Beauty Blender powder puff. I'm just gonna gently just soften that shine. I was outside with the kids and Emmerich was spraying me with the pool water. So if there's any weird marks on my face, I think that's from the pool. But I'm really liking the texture of my skin and how this foundation is feeling on my skin. Almost 5 hours and this is what we're looking like. I'm using my front camera with this light. We just came to the park before dinner just to get the kids out of the house because the weather is amazing. The skin is looking pretty good in my opinion. It's glowy because I literally have a light right here. See that? Bam. But I think the texture looks really good. Let's go play in the park. And now it's my turn, swinging. Probably my favorite thing at the playground are swings. Ooh, little girl fell. Nope, she's okay. Was not phased. We are over 10 hours and I'm gonna end the video here. So I touched up once throughout the day. I don't remember what hour mark, but I touched up once. I did that with you guys and I didn't touch up after that. And I'm actually very, very, very happy with how my makeup is looking. Again, this is not a matte or a soft matte foundation. It definitely leans towards the natural to that softly diffused. Like I want to say like a satin finish. It's not a soft matte in my opinion, especially, well, it probably depends on how you prep your skin. In my opinion, I think this is definitely a foundation stick that's good for all skin types, but it just depends on how you prep and how you wear your makeup throughout the day. Like, do you use a hydrating mist if you're very dry? Or do you use a setting powder and a setting spray and like a setting powder or a touch-up powder throughout the day like I do? But I think it just depends on how you prep your skin. And I think this is a great foundation for those, A, that love convenience, and B, that love that very like your skin but better type of a finish. In my opinion, that's what this new Dior like stick foundation provides. Your skin but better. It's just one of the better foundation sticks on the market, and I've tried so many and I think this one is phenomenal. Like I said, the only thing when I was trying it out in the very beginning, shades, I had a hard time choosing in online, and then when purchasing in store, they just didn't have a lot of shades available because they were sold out, because this foundation is going viral. So I think some of the shades that I wanted like from the beginning, hopefully they come back in stock. As of right now, they're still out of stock. So that's why I bought 2 shades, but hopefully I can get a better shade match in person when those shades become available again. I like the convenience. I like the way it's wearing on my skin. Obviously you see the foundation, there's like some parts where it looks a little like it's separating a tad, but it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, and I like the way my skin is feeling. It still feels like my skin, it is breathing, but it doesn't feel caked up. I hope that makes sense. And also another thing, the fragrance. I personally don't mind the way it smells, but I know so many are so sensitive and they can't do fragrance, so keep that in mind. And the fragrance, the scent doesn't linger throughout the day. I think it's a great foundation, especially for people on the go. You swipe it on and blend it out in your car and you're good to go. And like I said, there was like no streaks left after I blended it with my fingers. But again, I did the method of blending with my fingers to kind of help melt everything together and then just buff everything in a little bit more with a foundation brush. But I'm gonna end it here. I think this is definitely a top pick as of right now. I think it's a great luxury foundation to look into. But I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one.